Are you ready to find out what is the difference between a virtual assistant, an executive assistant, and an operations manager, especially when it comes to hiring, growing, and managing them within your business? In this video, I'm going to dive through the key differences of a virtual assistant, executive assistant, and an operations manager, as was inspired by a conversation with a friend where he was trying to figure out who he should hire. And as someone who has run an executive assistant business in the last 6 years, I want to dive into it while we have Mount Fuji in the background and freezing cold. I want to dive into it with you guys right now. Now, someone who is a virtual assistant is essentially who's focused on the tasks within your business. So this is when you are at that point in your business where you're just really getting started, you just need a little bit of help, and they really are really good at specific things that you need to get done. That's why you have people who are like your social media VA, your web designer VA, your bookkeeper VA, whatever that role looks like. They're there to solve a specific thing that you just want to get off of your plate in your day-to-day. Now, an executive assistant is someone who's focused on you, on what you're doing in the day-to-day and taking things off of your plate so you can really just start focusing on growing the business versus just running it. Now, you can definitely have a virtual assistant become your executive assistant, but the key difference between the two is on the virtual assistant side, they're really just focused on those tasks of making sure things can get done, versus for your executive assistant, they're focused on the outcome of the finished product. You already got your business to the point where there is that finished product, where there are the things that you can expect. You have a recurring client or a way to be able to make money. You're not just kind of in that grind. You can be a little bit, but you're not anymore fully in that grind. You can actually start in working with someone a little bit more full time, where they're not distracted. They're not working on other things because they're just focused on getting things off of you, building those systems with you. Now, an operations person, speaking of systems, is also then someone who is managing your business, but not really managing you. That's the key thing to keep in mind as the difference between the two. Is an operations person is focused on building out your systems, taking care of the day-to-day, taking care of the outcomes within your business. So again, tasks for virtual assistants, outcomes for executive assistants, taking care of the outcomes as your operations manager. So that's kind of the stair step between the three. Now, how do you actually start hiring for one or the other? Now, a virtual assistant, you can definitely just go ahead and start posting on Facebook groups or job hiring sites and even just get started with them right away. An executive assistant, you do have to take your time on. You can do the same thing. You can ask referrals basically from different people, whatever that looks like for you. This will take time because this is your person. This is the person that you're going to be talking to hopefully every day as they start taking things off of your plate, as they start doing more of just focused on you so you can work on the things that actually grow your business rather than you kind of just figuring things out as you go. You have a person who is kind of a little bit of your partner within your business, your strategic partner, as they say, because they are there to make sure that you are focused on the things that you're supposed to be focused on in your business rather than you being everywhere else. As a really good example, for my own executive assistant, she makes sure I show up where I'm supposed to show up, and she makes sure that I'm there in the things that I'm focused on and then making sure I'm aligned on my projects. Now, an operations person, you might have to headhunt or you're hiring them within your business because they need to understand what your business is, what are the outcomes that they would need to focus on that needs to get done in the day-to-day, to leading maybe a team, even your team, and making sure that the team is also aligned in what needs to get done within your business. So this is your person when it comes to essentially your other half. Your operations brain part is your operations manager. And depending again on where you're at, you might be that you're really just starting with a virtual assistant. They turn into your executive assistant, then they run your business as your operations manager. But there has to be clear. That's why I wanted to make this video, is there needs to be that clarity of one or the other and making sure you're not accidentally giving responsibilities to a virtual assistant that's supposed to be in operations or the other way around. And when it comes to managing them, you want to make sure that when you are giving feedback, when you're managing and growing your virtual assistant, it's very much focused on the tasks that they're doing, on how they're doing it, how to do it better, how to create systems around it, versus for your executive assistant, it's basically how they take care of themselves so they can take care of you and making sure that they're also aligned in the things that they are doing. Your operations manager, again, is focused on the outcomes within your business. So they have to be the kind of person who can keep themselves aligned. They're project managing basically the heck out of your business and creating those systems so then it's easy to repeat them over and over again. Now, if you do want to get started on an executive assistant, I can definitely help you there. Make sure to book a call with me in the link in the description below. And if you guys liked and enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there. I'm freezing cold, but I enjoyed going through and hopefully walking you guys clearly on the differences between the three roles. Comment below if you do have any questions or anything else that I can clarify for you. Again, this is the thing that I do like talking about. And if you still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Thursday on how to grow your business, especially with AI. And if you have an executive assistant or a virtual assistant yourself, make sure that they check out my first channel here, or you can just check out my latest video right here. Hope you guys have an amazing and wonderful day. Ohio from Japan. And remember that small steps matters. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!